the Sports Bros podcast with CC and Keith, where we talk about sports and everything in between. CC's got the jokes, Keith's got the stats. Hit the play button. It's time for the show. Get ready to dive deep into the sports entertainment world. The Sports Bros podcast where the fun never stops. Join CC and Keith as they race for the top. Discussing games and stats, it's time to play. The Sports Bros podcast are here to stay. The three-pointers, they cover it all. Luca's favorite podcast 45 is on the call, saying it's tremendous for America's wall. Luke Bryan chiming in saying, hey y'all. Chip thunderstorms, epic tornado fall. Tommy Locke picking spreads as he makes his call. Jerry's on the show to confuse us all. Jason Statham bringing new meaning to fear. Just see the body doing his best to keep his name clear. Keeps passion for sports, CC's hilarious calls. The Sports Bros podcast, one for all. The Sports Bros podcast where the fun never stops. Join CC and Keith as they race for the top. Discussing games and stats, it's time to play. The Sports Bros podcast are here to stay. The Sports Bros podcast where the fun never stops. Join CC and Keith as they race for the top. Discussing games and stats, it's time to play. The Sports Bros podcast are here to stay. The Sports Bros podcast where the fun never stops. Join CC and Keith.
The following program contains coarse language and nudity. Viewer discretion is advised.
And now it's time for the Sports Bros. Without any further ado, here are your hosts, CC and Keith.
Welcome everybody to another exciting edition of the Sports Bros. Just rewind that 10 seconds and never existed. I still have my
Like a Japanese movie.
Yeah, it's like a Japanese movie. Bruce Lee. Welcome to the Sports Bros, where we are live.
Very professional.
Yeah, let's try that again. Welcome everybody to another exciting edition of the Sports Bros. I am, of course, your host, the unofficial official mayor of Rendon, the 2023 football champion. He always alongside with me is my buddy. He is the Matthew McConaughey of Lake Louisville. He is Jimmy Rogers of Sports Betting. He is also the 2024 fantasy football champion. He is my buddy Keith. Thank you.
America.
As Arnold says, America. Getting ready for today's game.
Let's go Chiefs.
Wait a minute.
Always been a Chiefs fan.
Oh, we agree that we'll talk. A lot of things to get into this week, especially with the championships today. We got a new college football champion over there Monday, and we got a new president who essentially got inaugurated, and a lot of spicy details came out of that. We'll get into that.
Acknowledge me.
Fetterman is showing up, not giving it.
It was great.
It's great.
Everything down to the.
Yes, perfect. Well, how's it going?
It's going, man. It's been an interesting week.
Yeah, I actually went up there after the show last Saturday to visit you and your daughter and your wife, and of course, my favorite dog, Boomer.
Yeah. He loves you, man.
That was a good
Strange.
hangout. Yeah, he was super excited. It was
Yeah,
good
I
to
think
see.
he was depressed after you left. He hadn't been the same, man. He just
That's
sits
what he's
around
saying.
licking the spot where his balls used to be. That's all he's been
Oh,
doing for like a week straight, man. I'm concerned about him. Actually, we're gonna go take him to see a therapist this week.
yeah. Oh, well,
But no,
tell Boomer I said what's up.
I did. He knows. He hears your voice. He's scratching at the door right now. Misses his girlfriend.
Oh,
No, man, it was good, dude. I'm glad we got to do that. Been a
yeah,
while. But, with things coming up in the next month or so, I'm pretty sure we'll be spending more time together other than just on this show.
that's right. That's right. We will. We definitely will. We'll March March couldn't come quick enough, and
Yeah.
we'll discuss that here very soon. But first, let's get right into it. Let's talk about today's games that are going on. Let's do it.
Big day. Big day.
All right. We first at the NFC Championship game starting at 2 o'clock today as the Eagles take on the Commanders. As it stands right now, the Eagles are a 6-point favorite, over under 47.5. This is the Commanders' first championship game since 1991 when they defeated the Detroit Lions to go into Super Bowl 26 to defeat the Bills. We see another Super Bowl matchup with the Commanders and Bills. I don't know. We'll see. But let's talk about this game first. How you feeling on this one? Six points for the Eagles, 47.5 over under. How do you feeling on this one?
All right. So I've said throughout the entire season that I thought that the Eagles were the best team in the NFC and the best team maybe all around. I don't know. But now, after watching what Washington did to Detroit, it is hard not to get on that bandwagon. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. It is kind of tough to not say, man, this young kid, he's a baller. You know what I mean? That defense, they're stout. Like, they have players. They do. But I'm sorry, bro. I got to stick with what I've been saying all season. I'm not going to waver on it now. I hate the Eagles, but fly, Eagles, fly, man. I don't know how you could go against the Eagles. 6 points, though.
That's quite a bit for a championship game.
I don't know if I like the 6 points, man. I mean,
Yeah.
It's tempting to take Washington plus them points today. I'm riding with my team, bro.
Here's my deal on this is Jalen Daniels is another LSU quarterback, by the way.
So,
Just telling you. Just telling.
doesn't matter.
He is so cool, calm, and collective. Like, you saw him the entire time during that Lions game. He was just sitting on the bench, like, cool, calm, and collective. He's not letting it get to him, so to speak. And I think as a rookie quarterback, dude, you gotta see that for sure. And it could play a factor. I think that at the end of the day, 6 points is not going to be the outcome of this game. I don't think the Eagles will win this by 6 points. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take the opposite, and I'm going to take the Commanders in this one. I think the Commanders are on a high right now, and I think if they stop Saquon and force Jalen Hurts to pass, they have a chance to win this game.
Dude, you're undermining Jalen Hurts as a quarterback altogether. You're basically saying
he's hurt. He's not 100%.
it's an NFC Championship game. It doesn't matter. He's not Jay Cutler. He's not going to pull himself out of the game because his elbow's hurting.
Jay Cutler had to get a cigarette.
Let me ask you this. Look, history has a tendency to repeat itself, right?
Okay.
Okay, and we always say defense wins championships and all that. But let me ask you, who was the last quarterback in NFL quarterback rookie to make it into the Super Bowl and win it? Who?
Nobody.
That's exactly right.
Jaden Hurts or Jalen Daniels would be the first.
Could
I just
be-
like his demeanor, man. I just like his demeanor. I think he's going to win it. I think he has the mentality to win this game.
Well, I mean, look, you're entitled to your opinion. I happen to think that I've seen the way Dan Quinn coaches, right? I saw it here in Dallas. And when we ran up against, I don't remember, I think it was the Rams or whoever it was when Dan Quinn was the coach, the defensive coordinator. We got ran all over. When we played against the Green Bay, we got ran all over. Okay. Good job last week of stopping Detroit's run game. Give you that. But Saquon's a different beast, man. I think Saquon runs for 150 yards today.
He very well could. Yeah.
I just don't think Washington is going to be able to stop the Eagles. And I think when it comes down to defense, I think the Philadelphia Eagles have a good enough defense to contain Jaden Daniels. I think they can keep him in the pocket, force him to be a passer because he's got a lot of that Lamar in him as well. He can get outside the pocket. He can run, man. And the kid is talented. He's got a long career ahead of him. But me and you talk about this all the time. That first year at quarterback, a kid coming right out of college, a lot of these guys have success.
Yeah, because the defensive coordinators don't have much tape on them.
Right. And then
it's
the
that
next
sophomore year that they kind of decline.
Look at CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud last season balled out of control. This year got contained in that playoff game a little bit more. Didn't look quite as stunning. Wasn't anointed the new guy in the NFL. Jaden Daniels is stepping into that role, being anointed the new strong, great quarterback of the NFL. And I just think that today you see why he's still a rookie. I think the Philadelphia Eagles come out with a game plan on defense to fluster the kid. I don't think that I hear from a lot of people that Washington's got a really good running game. And I mean, they do have a decent running backs, but they're no Saquon Barkley. And I'm telling you, dude, that move that Philadelphia did in the offseason to go get Saquon is the game changer
move that they ever done in franchise history.
I'm telling you, by far, bro.
Yeah.
And look, it's painful for me to watch either one of these teams go on and win, but one of them has to, right?
Yeah.
Philadelphia's been the best team in the NFC all season, in my opinion. I think they continue that trend today. So give me the Eagles.
Okay. I got the Commanders. You got the Eagles. Let's move on to the AFC Championship game, the main event. Man, this is going to be a hell of a game. We got the Chiefs taking on the Bills. Chiefs right now are 1.5 point favorite. Over under is 48.5. The Chiefs are 3-0 against Josh Allen's Bills in the playoffs. Do the Bills and Josh Allen finally get over the hump and beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs?
I think the internet is setting up for that to happen because everything I've been seeing on there is how the refs cheat for the Chiefs, and you got an investigation into the Houston game as to why so many calls were missed and this and that. I ain't trying to hear that, man. No. It's the same thing they did with Tom Brady. Same thing they did with Tom Brady. They always said that the refs cheated for him. It's not the case, man. It's not the case. I think there's been some bad missed calls in all these games, not just the Chiefs games. Does it seem to work out sometimes where the Chiefs get a big call in the moment where they really need one? Yeah, that does happen a little bit. But at the end of the day, Kansas City is the best team in the NFL.
Yeah.
The Buffalo Bills are the most talented team in the NFL.
It's A1 and A2.
It is, dude, 100%. And I do think Josh Allen's on a mission. I do think that they're completely capable of beating this Kansas City Chiefs team. But I am not going to go against the defending champs, back-to-back defending champs with Patrick Mahomes throwing touchdowns. Not going to happen today, brother. Get open, Kelsey!
Yeah. Here's my take on it. Now, the Chiefs are 11-0 this year. Think about this. 11-0 this year when they're up one possession. Okay. So on close games, they're 11-0. That's this season. They have been 16-0 since. Okay. So you can go back to last season. They are 16-0 in a one possession game. However, we saw the game earlier this year in Buffalo. Now, difference, it was in Buffalo, right? The difference in this one is it is in Kansas City. The Chiefs do have the home field advantage.
Okay.
I am wearing the jersey for a reason because I want to see Josh Allen in a Super Bowl. Okay. And I feel like this is the time that they can go in there with a Chiefs team that barely wins games. Now, they do win, but they have barely won games this year. Okay. And I think this Buffalo team You have to go in there with the lead. You have to go in there with an absolute dominant lead. If they go in there in halftime and it is 20-3 Buffalo, they got it. They cannot go into halftime being only down a field goal against the Chiefs, because we all know that the Chiefs are a second half team as well. So they have to go in there and they have to put all of their eggs in the basket in the first half. They have to dominate the first half. They have to have a big lead, because if they go in that locker room at halftime with a 3-point lead, they're not going to win. They have to go in there with a huge lead at halftime.
Listen, who was the better team last week between Baltimore and Buffalo?
Man,
Let's just, who was the better team last week?
The better team was Baltimore.
Okay. And did Baltimore lose that game, or did Baltimore beat themselves?
Baltimore beat themselves because they abandoned the run.
If Baltimore was playing against this Kansas City Chiefs team, I would probably choose Baltimore because they're just dynamic. And look, and nothing taken away from Buffalo, but Buffalo did what they needed to do to win last week. But Baltimore was clearly the better team. You have an interception, a fumble, a missed, the big fumble from Mark Andrews. And then you abandoned
the run to one of the most elite running backs in the league right now. That cost them.
All I know is
I did not understand Baltimore's game plan that last week. Why did they abandon especially when Henry came out in the second half, and the first play he ran was like a 25-yard run, and then they abandoned that. So I don't know, man. I can go back and forth on this one. The fact of the matter is, I want to see, and I'm a Chiefs fan too. You know I am.
Yeah, clearly.
But I think it's Josh Allen's time right now. I really do.
I think the NFL wants it to be Josh Allen's time. I really do.
Yeah.
But I'm just not going to go against Baby Goat, man. He has been the most consistent player in the NFL. He has been the most consistent player in the NFL. And granted, they don't have the same talented roster that they've had in years before when they've won the Super Bowl. But what they do have Patrick Mahomes. They do have Travis Kelce. And they still got Andy Reid. And not to mention,
That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
they found ways to win this season with a different style of team. That is what a true championship team can do. At the end of the season, we don't go back and say, well, they barely won that one game. Oh, they were just won by 1 point over here. And, oh, Denver got their field goal blocked. Denver would have beat. None of that matters. What matters is that this team's been there. This team's done that. And they've proven to me over the years that they can beat this Buffalo team. Granted, they lost during the regular season. Their only scuff mark on the entire season for the Chiefs. But I just don't think this is the year for Baltimore to do it as bad as everybody wants it to be. Give me my team that I ran with all season, Kansas City.
All right, there it is. So we are on total opposites on this game this year.
Both of them.
Or today. Yeah. Yeah. I want to see the Bills Commanders Super Bowl. You want to see a rematch of Eagles and Chiefs.
I don't want to see that. I would much rather see Washington and Buffalo in the Super Bowl. But I have to go. I've been betting strong all season. I've had a good season making my picks this year. I'm not going to all of a sudden go against the two teams that I said like 8 to 10 weeks ago on our podcast that these are the teams that meet up in the Super Bowl. I can't go against that now, dude. I can't. But would I be surprised if Washington and Buffalo both win? No, not in the least bit, man.
Well, if you would like to donate to the show, we got a Cash App right down there below at the Sports Bras. We are live on all social media platforms. That includes TikTok.
I brought it back.
Yeah, I brought it back. I told you.
I saved it. I tried to get rid of it, but then I also saved it. So,
so we are live on all social media, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and the Tickety Talk. Let's get in some of these coaching carousel in the NFL real quick, and we'll start it here.
Another name everybody knows. That's all it is, man.
The Dallas Cowboys hired Brian Schottenheimer as the head coach. Yeah. The Dallas Cowboys say offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer has agreed to the deal to become the Story franchise next head coach. The somewhat surprising choice announced Friday night is a familiar one for star quarterback Dak Prescott, who worked closely with Stottenmeyer or Skotten. How you say it?
Schottenheimer.
Schottenheimer. Thank you. I don't know what my
Schottenheimer.
Schottenheimer. Prescott publicly supported the return of McCarthy, who initially 5-year contract with Dallas expired, but McCarthy and Cowboys mutually parted ways. 51-year-old Schottenheimer, son of the late NFL coach Marty Schottenheimer, has 25 years of NFL coaching experience, including 14 as an offensive coordinator, but none as a head coach. How you feeling on this hire?
He's qualified for the position. I'm not going to knock him for that. He grew up in the NFL, man. Like
Yeah.
he's been around it since he was a baby.
Right.
I don't know how you could say that guy. It's kind of like for the Rams. You know what I mean? Their coach grew up in the thing, and look, as soon as he got in there, he had a young mind. He's seen it. He was around it ever since he was a kid. You got to respect that and think that he can bring some stuff to the table that maybe some of these other old cats that I was afraid we were going to hire. Maybe don't bring that same perspective. But as long as it's not Kellen Moore coming here, I'm good with the hire. You know.
All right. Moving on, the Bears got their coach and they hired offensive guru Ben Johnson as their head coach. This will be the 38-year-old's first head coaching job after spending 3 years as the offensive coordinator in Detroit, pretty much turning that offense around. Now he's got the young quarterback in Caleb Williams that he honestly didn't have in Detroit with Jared Goff.
Yeah.
How do you think this move for the Bears is gonna help Caleb?
I mean, look, dude, here's the thing. I see a trend here. I see a trend with the age of these head coaches coming into play. It's like I said, teams are getting younger, man. The game is expanding. It's changing. It's not the same old school, run on first and second down league anymore. It's just not what it is. And these young guys bring a different perspective, man. And I do think that he will. I don't know. I want to say that he's going to be able to help Caleb Williams. I do, but I don't know. I don't know that any coach is going to be able to turn around what they do in Chicago. That's a really tough division.
Yeah.
And I don't think that within a year they're going to all of a sudden bounce into being this really good.
It's going to take a couple at least.
It takes some years, but they may, by the time they get to where they got a little thing rolling, they may be ready to get off from Caleb Williams and bring a new quarterback in. Like, I hope Caleb Williams has some success, but part of me also wishes that he fails because I hate the way that he came into the NFL.
Yeah.
And we dogged him out for the longest time. We did.
Yeah.
And then we kind of got on the bandwagon when they won a couple of games. But I watched several of the last games for the Bears this season. And dude, I don't know if the kid's got it, man.
Well, we go young to old.
Say what?
As the Raiders hired Pete Carroll as their new head coach.
Of course, the Raiders.
Yeah, exactly. Carroll replaces Antonio Pierce, who was fired after going 4-13 in his first full season. How you feeling? I mean, like, what is this? I don't get this. I mean, Carroll, obviously he's got some experience, but he's only going to be around for 3 years tops, right?
This is the Jim Harbaugh effect is what they're going for. They want a guy that was one of those college coaches that can come in and get a team to believe in an idea, to get them to rally around, to teach these kids as if they're like young kids coming out of college. Pete Carroll is really good at that. That year that they went with Seattle, the first time they went to the Super Bowl with Seattle, they had a lot of young guys on that team, and they bought into the idea of what Pete Carroll does.
Is this step one in getting Shador?
Possibly. I mean, it could be.
I think this could be a tactic to show Shador, hey, look, we got a coaching guru for you. We got a guy that made Russell Wilson elite when everybody in the NFL said he was never going to be elite. Yeah, we got a guy here for you. So this may be simply for Shador.
Look, I think Pete Carroll's going to have some success, man. I mean, he's done it for years.
Yeah, he will for sure.
And look, you can look at the years when they started falling off in Seattle. I don't know that it was him. It was really more the quarterback play. They just weren't the same that they originally were when he first got there. He built something really great there, but he'll always go down as the coach that whether he called the play or not, that lost the Super Bowl for him.
Did not hand it off to Marshawn.
running back in the game and you want to throw it on like what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like that's what I'll always that and chewing gum. That's all that I'll ever remember him as. But Raiders win at least 8 games this next season.
I agree. I agree. Jets get their head coach as they hire Aaron Glenn, the former Lions defensive coordinator. Of course, Glenn played with the Jets in the early 2000s when that defense was going to AFC Championship game with Mark Sanchez of all people. Can you believe that crap? So Aaron Glenn going to the Jets. Obviously, this would probably mean ayahuasca's out.
I would hope so.
I would hope so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's time to move on and get young, man. Like you can't keep running with these old cats anymore. The game, like I've said it 3 times today already, the game's changing.
Yeah.
You need young, talented players. And look, Aaron Glenn's a good hire. Like he's like that defense though. I don't know how to explain it. Like,
well, his last game as a defensive coordinator did not suit him well, but
I feel like that was the weakest link in Detroit. I'm not saying it's all him because you only get to work with the talent that you have, but
true.
You know, I'll put it this way: you can't make the Jets any worse than what they already were.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So that's a good hire.
This one was hilarious just because of the backstory. But the Jags hire Liam Cohen. He was the offensive coordinator for Tampa. Now here's the story on this one. So Tampa calls him up and says, "Hey, we're going to give you an extension. We're going to give you all this money." Right? He's like, "Cool. All right. I'm down." Tampa calls him next day. Doesn't answer. Tampa calls him again. Doesn't answer. Where is he? Oh, he's in Jacksonville. He just signed a huge deal with the Jaguars as the new head coach.
Taking my talents to South Beach.
You verbally agreed to have an extension and stay with Tampa as the offensive coordinator. Then you just dip out, going to Jacksonville. Why Jacksonville though? God, man, that's such a dumpster. It's such a dumpster. The ownership there, they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, but you get to live in London. Like, why would you not? Why would you not want to go to London?
I mean, it's gonna have to come to that. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to move the entire franchise to London.
Look, man, I this one I can't even really talk about. I mean, Tampa
had Baker looked great this past year.
Tampa looked really good this last season, but I mean, it's Jacksonville, dude.
I know.
But think about just a couple years ago, they were a playoff team, man. Like they were, and Doug Peterson did a good job when he was there. It just shows how the shelf life of these coaches in the NFL, man. If you don't make something happen pretty quick, unless you're a Cowboys coach, if you don't make something happen pretty quick, you're out.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we're not effing around anymore. We need Super Bowls. We need wins. We need AFC championships. Jags went from being there a couple years ago to having one of the worst seasons I've ever seen. So, and they have talent. They have a lot of talent on that team, dude.
I think it started when they hired Urban Meyer. What a terrible decision.
Yeah.
What a terrible decision. All right. Let's talk about the new national champions of college football, the Ohio State Buckeyes, as they defeat Notre Dame 34-23. Will Howard goes 17-21, 231 yards and 2 touchdowns. Kind of knew going into this game that, Notre Dame didn't really have a chance.
Yep.
They started off really strong. That first drive that Notre Dame put on was really impressive, but after that, Ohio State put it on them. Notre Dame did make a little bit of a ruckus in the second half, but by that time it was already over. So now that this is over, Keith, how do you feel about the 12-team playoffs?
I mean, I enjoyed it. I think that you probably did get the best team that ended up winning it all, although Texas, I feel like, probably was the better team. But
not bad.
Ohio State, man, they're going to be there every single year, whether you have a 32-team playoff or a 4-team playoff. They're always going to be there. They're a well-ran school. They understand what it takes to win. They recruit talent. As long as they keep Urban Meyer away from there, they're good, bro. Like, they're good. Ohio State is a good college football team. They are the Florida Gators that we grew up watching. They are the FSU that we grew up watching. This is the team to beat. Right. They deserve it.
Yeah. And I really enjoyed the 12-team playoff because you had teams going in there that could have a chance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? instead of just making it to the final, the final four, or way back in the day when it was just number one versus number two. I feel like this whole playoff system is really going to flourish, and I love it. I absolutely love it, and I think it was a great playoff atmosphere. Now, I don't know. I think honestly, like a team like SMU kind of got screwed because they were, they had the better record, but yet they still had to travel to Penn State to play Penn State, and
Yeah.
I think they got to fix that problem. But other than that, I enjoyed the 12-team playoff.
Well, yeah, I mean, it definitely made it fun. It made the college football season more exciting because you got these guys that can't sit there and say, "Oh, we missed out. We got screwed. They screwed us on this." There's always going to be a team or two though that does feel that way. No matter how far you expand the playoffs, you expand it to 12, you expand it to 16. Always going to be a team that feels like they got left out on the deal. But as far as for viewing purposes, loved it. I'd love to have those extra weeks of college games in there, dude. Nothing beats that.
No,
So,
absolutely not.
well
So
done.
there you go. The first year of the 12-team playoff is in the books, and the Ohio State Buckeyes are your national champions. Now, going into next year, how you feeling about your Texas Longhorns with Arch Manning?
I mean, I know a lot of people see it as a positive. A lot of people think, hey, they're going to be better, with Arch Manning. But he's a young kid, man. Like, I think they take a few steps back this next season. The team that they had built this year was a championship caliber team, right? They're going to lose a lot of pieces. A lot of these guys are graduating. They're going to bring a lot of it back too, though. So how will Arch Manning step into that role and immediately be the guy that can take us to the promised land? It's to be determined, man. But I'm holding on to faith that he is just as good as the rest of the Mannings, minus Eli, who's got a dumb face. But as long as he can play almost as good as Ewers played this season, then they'll have a shot of doing something in the playoffs again. I'm riding with them no matter what, but I have my concerns a little bit. I need to see a couple weeks of games with them playing where he's the actual starter and the team is practice around him the entire season, like entire off season. Let's see all that, and then I'll give you my picks on that later on down the road. But all right.
All right. There it is. Oh man. Yeah, let me go ahead and because this get to play this again. Oh. As has been announced, Ichiro, CC Sabathia, and Billy Wagner will headline next year's class. Of course, a lot of people are saying, what about Bonds? What about McGuire? I don't know. Anyways. Yeah. So you get a leadoff hitter, an ace starter, and a lockdown closer in the Hall of Fame class. How you feeling, Ichiro? There was one guy, and I don't understand these voters. There's one guy that said Ichiro shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
Well, that guy's an idiot.
Right. Why is there always the one idiot that doesn't vote in an obvious Hall of Famer?
Yeah, like, do you even watch baseball, bro, or what?
Yeah.
Ichiro,
Absolutely.
of these three guys, Ichiro is by far the one that deserves to be in there. I mean, let's be real, dude. Like, Ichiro was like that first foreign guy that came here that dominated. And he did it in such a fashion of he did it by playing defense. He did it by running bases. He did it by being a leadoff that could – the style of Ichiro's drag where he would run at the ball and smack it oppo, like that was something that we hadn't seen before.
Right.
He changed the way that kids played the game after that, bro. Like Ichiro is a trendsetter. He is well-deserving of being in the Hall of Fame.
He has become the first Asian-born player selected for the Hall of Fame. He nearly became the first position player elected unanimously, but of course that idiot whoever voted didn't. I mean, come on. Sabathia was also a first ballot selection. He garnered 86.8% of the votes. He said it means everything to me. Just even going in the Hall of Fame in general is a big honor, but to go in first ballot, I know what that means as a baseball player. It's super exciting. Billy Wagner gained entry on his 10th and final ballot with 82.5% support. So he is obviously ecstatic going in.
Yeah.
And just missing the 70, because you had to go in is 75% of the votes. Just missing the 75% cut was Carlos Beltran, who his name checked on 70.3% of submitted ballots, and Andrew Jones, one of the greatest defensive center fielders of all time.
Yeah.
He only got 66.2% of voters on his 8th ballot. So he's only got 2 more ballots to go. Andrew Jones, let's talk about that. Andrew Jones deserve to be in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, for sure, dude.
Why is it taking so long with these damn voters?
Because the team that he played on, because of how good that team was.
The Braves.
Yeah, I mean that team had tons of guys on there who could go to the Hall of Fame, especially in the pitching rotation for sure.
I think it's because he may have stayed too long.
Yeah,
Like-
that might be part of it too.
Like his last couple of years in the league were just, the stats went down. Of course, he was with our Texas Rangers for those years.
Of course he was. We always get late in the career.
Yeah, but let's talk about the steroid era. Bonds, Clemens, McGuire not getting A-Rod, not getting elected. When is it going to boil down to just put these guys in already?
It's not, dude. They've taken a hard stance on this thing, and I don't think that it's ever going. It's the same way they did Pete Rose, man, for the longest time. Because of what happened, they're not going to waver on that. And it's the same thing with that steroid era. As much as that steroid era saved MLB, they cannot condone it and come out and basically say, yeah, let's let these guys in because they dominated. The numbers are skewed because of the steroid use. Everyone was doing it though. It's like it's such a fine line between like, okay, when do we get over this and when do we not get over this? And MLB has the record of like kind of sticking hard to things when they are adamant that we're against this. I don't see it ever happening, bro. I just don't see it happening.
Damn shame. It's a damn shame too. Because like you said, these guys, even though they're on steroids, they saved the damn league.
They did.
I mean, you think about that 94 strike really put effect in
baseball
people
was done, bro.
Yeah, baseball was done after that 94 strike. It was done. And a lot of people didn't want to deal with baseball anymore. They're just like, oh man, these divas, man, like screw it, And then you get guys out there like a Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa who are chasing the home run record. Dude, that's what everybody was wanting to see.
Yep.
I mean, they packed stadiums that summer. They absolutely packed stadiums that summer, brought it back. Home run derby. Don't get me started on the home run derby. Those were the most watched damn home run derbies of the time. Just because how far the balls would go.
How many people became Cardinal fans? And how many people became Cubs fans during that era that normally would have no association with those teams? They changed it. Dude. They changed the game.
They absolutely changed it.
I hope A-Rod never gets in though.
Yeah, I mean, just because I don't. Yeah, no, I'm with you on that.
I think Sammy Sosa and Mark McGuire definitely, dude. They should be in there already, man. Like
they should.
Like
they
come
absolutely.
on, dude.
Barry Bonds.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but Barry Bonds too. But man, his body transformation was something else, bro. Like, come on. He was already a great player though before the steroids. If he didn't use steroids, no, he probably doesn't become the home run champion. But he still was an awesome player for years, bro.
Yeah.
Led the league in walks once he became a Giant, bro. Dude, give me 2 seconds. Continue on with what you got. I'll be back 1 second.
Yeah. We're gonna take a bathroom break for. Huh?
No.
Oh,
Maybe.
All right. Let's play the music. I mean, these guys need to be in the Hall of Fame. They need to be elected in, man. They need to be, because like it or not, these writers, and I don't know who these writers are, but obviously they're still stuck in the old times. I feel like once we get the writers that are in our generation, able to vote in who deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, I think that will change. But until then, you're going to have these old stubby. Oh, you're back.
Yeah, but the opportunities though, when our guys our age are in there that making that call, they're not even going to be eligible to be on the ballot anymore at that point.
I mean, you're right.
You know what I mean? I think
Yeah.
they're got to be getting close to extending past that time period to where they can actually get put into the Hall of Fame. I think that if you were to ask our generation, do these guys deserve to be in the Hall of Fame?
100%.
Unanimous, for sure. Fucking
Yeah.
who cares about the steroids, bro? You have professional wrestlers that were using steroids. You have
Brother.
people that were in the Olympics using steroids. Everybody was using it there. Lance Armstrong using steroids.
Well, he had one nut, so he had to.
Justified, but still. But for real, man, they gotta let that go. They did Pete Rose so dirty for forever over the gambling thing when the guy
Still ain't
dominated.
in the Hall of Fame.
Huh?
Still ain't in the Hall of
That's
Fame.
what I'm saying. I don't understand like how you could do somebody like that. Like, yeah, he did something wrong, but like punishing him for the rest of his life because of it. And you're not even considering what he brought to the game and what a great player he actually was, man.
And now he's passed and he's gone, and we won't,
Yeah,
we won't be able to see him, be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Sucks, man. The
It does.
MLB is kind of shisty like that, bro.
Mm-hmm. They are.
It's America's game, bro.
America's
Yeah.
pastime.
Yeah.
Maybe Cam Newton was right. Maybe WNBA will surpass MLB. And
Cam Newton saying that he should be in the Hall of Fame 2 times before Eli Manning gets in. It makes me laugh.
what?
Cam, you didn't see this?
Yeah, I did.
Dude. And he said it while wearing a top hat and a scarf. Like, I'm sorry, but Eli Manning won 2 Super Bowls. Say what you want about it. He did enough in those games to win, bro. So
Yeah.
Cam Newton was a great player. He was, but he's also a very selfish player too.
Cam went to the Super Bowl and fumbled
happened?
3 times.
What happened to that game? As I remember a ball being on the ground and him, man, I ain't diving in and getting that. I'm gonna stand here and watch.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that.
Let Von Miller go in and run it in.
I'm sorry, bro, but
yeah, Cam Newton had one good year.
He was fun to watch.
One good year.
He was fun to watch, and he was a controversial player, and he was talented as hell. And yeah, the referees did allow like guys to really take shots at him compared to the way that they protected other quarterbacks. I'm not gonna deny any of that, but I think a lot of this stuff with how the player himself carries himself plays a role into when these guys get in or if they get in.
Yeah,
just saying. And Eli did enough to win those games in the Super Bowl. Not only did he do it, he knocked out a guy who will probably go down as the greatest quarterback to ever play the game, and he beat him twice at 2 separate occasions, 2 different Super Bowls.
Not the greatest broadcaster in the game, though.
No, he's definitely not the greatest father, from what I hear either. But
wow,
I'm just kidding. Kidding.
Wow.
I should have said greatest husband.
Oh,
He's probably a great father. Probably a great father. He probably is. He kisses kids on his mouth though, and I don't know.
Oh Jesus! No.
No mouth kissing. Once the kid's past 5, you don't do that anymore.
Mm-mm.
You pervert.
You pervert.
I don't mind kissing the banca.
All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the first off, I want to play this video. This is the inauguration, of course, we're talking about.
No, I don't even want to talk about him, dude.
I know, but I got a couple of funny videos here. This is W. Looks like he snuck a fart. You tell me if he snuck a fart. Here we go. Tell me if this man snuck a fart or not.
Yeah, he just caught a whiff of it right there. He's like, yeah, that was me. Well, shit.
Well, shit. Yep, I got away with that one.
Nah, it looks like he's looking at one of his homeboys and they just made eye contact. And he's like, yeah, I did that.
Let's watch John Fetterman. Oh boy, I mean this guy just does not care. Look how he walks in. There you guys!
I didn't know this was a social gathering we had to dress up for. Is it an important day?
I mean, come on, a Carhartt hoodie and shorts.
I mean, dude, come on, bro. That right there makes me feel like I one day could be a U.S. senator, bro. I think I could make it. He's like, for real, I hate getting dressed up, you know?
I know. And did you see this disaster performance by Billy Ray Cyrus?
I'm gonna
Oh,
take
man, they're
my
all on
horse
drugs,
to the
bro.
Oh
old
my
town
God,
road.
watch
I'm gonna
this.
ride till I can't no more. Gonna take my horse, old town road. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I can't no more. Y'all can put your hands together now like that. If you encourage about, keep going. They told me to kill as much time as possible, so. Does anybody know the words to Achy Breaky Heart while I'm here? I'll try a little bit. Let's see what happens.
Good
Check.
God.
Hey, is my guitar still on? I think they cut me off. Is my guitar on, guys?
Yeah, they cut you off.
I feel like they just went to California and found some homeless guy and brought him out.
What did he look like? Rob Zombie?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. He really has fallen off the bandwagon, bro. Like looking rough. He's looking real rough.
Now the big controversy during the whole inauguration was
Which one?
Well, it was Elon.
Ah!
Elon Musk.
He's in a sim world, bro. I'm telling you right now. The reason why he wants to go to Mars so bad is because that's where he's from.
He's calling out his people.
Be careful saying anything about him, though, bro. I'm telling you, got that kind of power now.
Well, luckily we're not live on X, so we're good. Because we got to pay a premium. I ain't paying.
I don't need no damn check mark.
I don't need no check mark. But you know, the old, I ain't doing it, but there was a sort of salute that he did
No,
when
bro.
he.
His heart goes out to him, man. That's all
His
it
heart-
was. His heart was going out to him. He did.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. Maybe he was signaling his alien people to.
Or his brothers in Germany. Who knows?
Oh wow.
Well, I'm just saying, bro. Look,
I'll
call
be honest with you.
spade.
I'm kind of retarded.
Hey,
I
listen.
mean, that could be.
I just want to say one thing. All right, we can get off this topic because I know it's controversial. But look, if this man is legitimately viewed as a genius, okay, a genius, you got to tell me that a man that smart doesn't know what he's doing when he makes that gesture. He can't be both. He can't be this guy that, oh, well, he's just innocent. He don't know no better, but he's also a genius. He knows everything. Smartest man alive. Come on, bro. Call a spade a spade. If you want to say that, yeah, that was a weird gesture, man. He really shouldn't have done that. If he really meant nothing by it, how hard is it to go out there on your platform that you own and say, oh, man, I made a mistake. I didn't mean it like that. I apologize to anybody who's offended. And it's over with. That ain't what he's doing. He's throwing out memes to make fun of the fact that he did it, bro. Like, it was trolling America, and he won.
Mm-hmm.
All I got to say is that as my heart goes out to him.
Oh, what are you doing?
What?
Oh,
I said my heart goes out. I didn't do what he did.
You got to.
No, I'm saying my heart
No, don't.
goes out to him.
Okay. Yeah, don't do that. What's wrong with
What did
you?
I do? Come on, bro.
Well, Trump was busy the first week of being president as he signed over like 58 executive orders, and one of the big ones, of course, was the classifications of the assassinations that the CIA has been holding of John F. Kennedy Jr., RFK Jr., or not Jr. Oh God, I didn't get shot. Just RFK, and then Martin Luther King Jr. So,
the Epstein files too, right?
well,
We're looking at it. We got a lot of phony stuff in there.
So I figured I would go ahead and invite our sports bras conspiracy consultant. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show Mr. Jesse Ventura. Hello, boys. How are you doing today?
Hello, Jesse.
Hello, Mr. Ventura. First off, how do you feel? There we go. How are you feeling about this whole JFK, RFK, Martin Luther King things coming out that Trump has ordered? Well, I feel like it's about time. I've always thought that our government were the ones behind all of these assassinations. I feel like, we're about to get the answers that we've been chiming for the past 50 years. And I think that Mr. President Trump is, ordering these people. And, I'm just very excited to see what exactly is on these papers.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is exciting. I'll give you that. I hope that we get the truth behind what happened. But like I was telling Cece here, Mr. Ventura, do you really think the government has a piece of paper in there that says, yeah, we killed JFK somewhere hidden in the files? Like, why would the government keep that?
Well, because they were saving themselves, they were saving their asses, so to speak. I mean, it's bottom line, Keith. Is what it boils down to is power. It's all about power. And if you slip and you say that I did it, what's going to happen to you? You're going to lose your power.
Uh, okay. All right.
All right. Well, what are you hoping to see out of these documents once they're released, Mr. Ventura? Well, it's very simple. The truth. I hope that I get to see the truth, and I hope that everybody from, that I see telling me that I'm a kook or I'm a weirdo or I'm a conspiracy theorist can all come up to me and shake my hand and say, I was totally wrong, Mr. Ventura. Thank you for exposing the truth. That's what I hope to get out of this.
Yeah. No, I hope so too, man. I
Yeah,
really
hope
do.
so too. Well, Mr. Ventura, of course, we appreciate you coming on, and we'll see what it brings out. You got anything else you like to say before we head out? Well, I would like to say that I hope this puts everything to rest once everything comes out. And I hope that it brings peace to the families that were involved. And I hope that this is a new beginning of our so called government coming out and giving us the exact truth. That's all I want. All right. Well, there he goes.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Thank you, Mr. Ventura. There he is. Sports bras, conspiracy theorist, Jesse Ventura. Well, what do you think?
I mean, I don't know, bro. Like I told you before, I don't think there's going to be anything in these files that are going to give us any kind of new evidence of anything. That the government's not dumb enough to hold on to files that explain how they went about executing this person or that person. And even if there are files, they'll be heavily redacted to where you won't be able to see anything. It's just
Well,
I really was hoping that the Epstein files would be released. That was what I was wanting to see because a lot of talk on both sides about all these officials that were involved, all these high powered ranking people involved. Why are those not being released? Any ideas why those might not be released by
I
our
have
president?
no idea what you're talking
I'm
about.
telling you, I don't
I'm telling
nothing in there to
you.
see.
Nothing in there to see at all.
Come
All right,
on.
let's get into it. Here we go.
Terrible.
I know. CC brings you some of the weirdest videos of the week. Take it away, CC. Yeah, there we go. It is CC's wild ass videos. Not really not really much wild ass videos this week. Because of course because most of it was during the inauguration. So, but I did find some on, this is a basketball player on NBA during the MLBK or MLK Day. MLBK.
Thank everybody for coming out and celebrating the life of Martin Luther King. He was a great man, and he stood for everything right. Equal equality and rights for everyone. Thank you.
Martin Luther Cream.
What?
He mixed up. Oh, come on, bro. Had a dream. Martin Luther King. He combined the two, bro.
Maybe. I don't know.
That's not.
Here's the new hit boy band coming to your next town.
I'm Oliver. I'm Brian. And I'm Dylan. And together we are fucking Quiz.
Coming to a town near you.
I've seen it already. It's still funny, dude.
I know.
Golly.
This is how bad Philadelphia is, man. This is your own mayor, Philadelphia. This is your own mayor.
E-L-D-S-E-S, Eagles! Let's go back.
That's your mayor.
I don't even know what word she just spelled.
I don't either.
Eglegus? Oh my God, man.
This
shows even you can run for mayor of your town.
I mean,
and you were able to achieve it.
I did achieve it. Unofficial, official mayor Rendon. I did. Yeah.
Delicious looking dick.
What's on this guy's mind?
Sorry about that. Delicious looking dish from Rick there.
Yeah.
Delicious what?
Huh?
We all know what's on his mind.
Yeah, clearly.
I don't think this
as the Kansas City Chiefs, look to become the first team to ever win 3 straight Super Bowls.
What a hater. What a hater.
Now, this right here is just absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely.
IGA makes party planning easy. Clint bought Wonder Bread, Smucker's grape jelly, and Jif peanut butter.
I'm throwing a family picnic.
Donald bought Doritos, a 2-liter of Pepsi, and Manwich Sloppy Joe sauce.
I'm having a football party.
Vic bought a raw chicken, a cucumber, Skittles, a bungee cord, condoms, and a single bullet.
I'm gonna
Oh man. A bungee cord, a condom, a cucumber.
And I'm gonna leave at this video right here. This is a kind of a hype video for all you Bills fans out there.
Counterculture of both wicked lives and deeds. It makes my eyes bleed every time I turn around. How will they all feel when I bring them to the ground and I say, I walk for miles inside this pit of danger. I swallow down 1,000 years of anger. The weight of the world is falling on my shoulders. A place where no one follows me. I want love.
Yeah, there we go. Josh Allen.
Sit down, Brittany. Shit.
I told you, you and Jackson, just stop it.
God, dude. It's so hard to be a Chiefs fan.
You notice we haven't seen Jackson in a while.
I'm not. Might be in jail.
Maybe he's in that boy band.
He might have been. I'm Jackson Mahomes. You're fucking quiet. Terrible. Chiefs are going to win, bro. You can hype up the Bills all you want. Chiefs are going to win.
Let's go, man.
Let's go.
Let's go. Come on, Travis.
Open, Travis.
Catch Travis.
Yeah, take it.
Why did I said this with you when we watched the Chiefs game last week? Travis has gained some weight, bro.
Yeah, he's lineman.
He's on that Eras tour, drinking it up.
Podcast money, bro. That's what it does to you.
Making Baker look weak.
They making Baker look like a stick.
Hey, drink beer to Baker.
Hey, say what you want, but when it's time to shine, guess what, bro? He steps in, he makes plays, bro. You can say what you want. You know what I think is going to be the difference maker in today? And I know this is going to sound crazy. Okay,
Harrison Buckner.
No, he's going to tell everyone to get back in the kitchen and make a sandwich right now. No, what's going to be the difference?
Sandwich.
Listen, Isaiah Pacheco is going to be the difference factor today. They haven't been able to run the ball all season. Today, he's going to run the ball. You'll see. You'll see.
What about James Cook?
James Cook is going to have a good game too, but I just think that the Chiefs defense I think they can contain that Buffalo team. And I watched Buffalo play a lot of games this season where they fall behind in almost every game.
That's what I said earlier. You have to take advantage. You have to take the lead going into half. You have
It's not going to be that shootout game where the team that wins puts up 35. I don't see that today at all. I see a 21-17, 21-15, 21-9, something like that. But I don't know, man.
24-20, 24-20. Yeah, somewhere around that window.
I just think the Chiefs have shown that they can find ways to win. They're not going to win the same way they did it last year or the year before, but they find ways to win. And with Andy Reid as a head coach, say what you want about the Chiefs, say what you want about everybody in the NFL. Andy Reid is a solid head coach.
Mm-hmm.
He will be prepared to find a way to contain Josh Allen. The main way that the Chiefs win is that secondary. When Josh Allen gets outside the pocket, starts rolling around, he loves to throw the ball deep once he gets outside the pocket. Those corners have to stick to those receivers. Do not let them get open. Don't let them get behind you. It's going to be a great game. I can't wait, bro.
I can't either. It's going to be awesome
right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
There it is.
Fair enough. We'll see what happens.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us today. I'd like to thank our Sports Bros conspiracy theorist, Missy Ventura, coming on to the show today. If you would like to donate to the show, we greatly appreciate it. Right down below there, the Cash App. We greatly appreciate it. But other than that, Keith, that's going to do it. How you feeling? What do you want to say before we head out?
I just really want to send my love out to everyone out there and just say, go Chiefs, go Eagles, fly, Eagles, fly.
Your heart.
Oh, okay. What? You guys are totally misconstruing what I'm doing here. Okay? A lot of people want to send their love out. Okay? A lot of people don't hate on people wanting to send their love out to everyone.
All right. Calm down. All right. Well, with that said, send us on home.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for tuning into a special episode of the Sports Bros.
Never ever forget, guys, you can't run, but you can't hide unless you are John Fetterman and a student.
America's teenage son, bro.
There it is. Happy championship weekend. Happy championship day. We'll be talking about the Super Bowl matchup next week. Till then, adios.
Later.